If you listen to none of the rest of the podcasts that I've mentioned in this video, listen to that one. It's very good. Today, I'm going to be talking about different podcasts that I listen to that are so dope. Listening to all types, all types of podcasts.
But she ain't never seen the world of. She a wanderlust, but she ain't never seen the world of.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Funmi-Layo. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like this video. It helps other people to see the video, and make sure to subscribe so other people can see. No, I messed it up. Make sure to subscribe because we have awesome content on my channel. Y'all, I don't know. I just don't know. Forgive me. Today, I'm going to be talking about different podcasts that I listen to that are so dope. I love them. So the first one that I will shine a light on, I think I'll do them in categories, right? Like, because I'm listening to all types, all types of podcasts. So the first one I'll start with are my business related my business related podcasts. So the first one is Earn Your Leisure. So Earn Your Leisure is a podcast ran by these two guys, and it's basically just talking about, it's Rashad, Bilal, and it's like a Black ran podcast, and they interview different people just about entrepreneurship and starting your own business. And so it's basically like financial advice for Black people, for people in general, honestly, but it's mainly Black guests. I don't know if they've had anybody else on there, but it's great. It's very empowering, and they give you great information. So things vary. So for instance, they've had YouTubers. Lynn and Laura was on there. They've had so many big names. Dame Dash was on there. They also have had like people who are into real estate, people who are into like washing, what do you call it? Laundry, like dry cleaning. They've had people like Dana Chanel and Prince, I believe that's his name, her husband. And it's just so much informative content. And they're talking about these different ways in order to like grow your business and to start up a business, and just ways to financially empower yourself and become financially free. So it's a great podcast to listen to. I would highly advise you to check it out. It's one of those like interviews led type of podcast, and it's dope. It's the two of them, and they'll interview somebody. And it's really good. It's very informative. So like the first part will be the person kind of telling their stories. And then the second part, what I like about it is they actually give tips, like practical steps as to how you can do what the person did, or practical steps as to how the person did what they did. Because you ever get those podcasts or those people who like, they'll say what happened, but you're like, okay, but what really happened? You know what I mean? And so these people, they go into it. So it's pretty great. That's Earn Your Leisure podcast. The School of Greatness by Lewis Howes or Hose. I'm probably saying it wrong. Yes, it is a great one. I love it because I love inspirational content. So this one is very much just interviewing so many different people. He had one with Kobe Bryant. He's had one with Kevin Hart. Like, he has it with all these huge names and people who are at the epitome of success. Everybody who you would consider great, those are the people that he goes for. So it's called the School of Greatness because he goes after like the heavy hitters, and he really just such a thorough interview with them. I really highly recommend listening to the Kobe Bryant one. It's so good. It's so good. It's so inspiring, and it like really puts things in perspective when he interviews these different people, and they say everything they say as to the mindset behind greatness and what that takes out of them, and like just different aspects too, because depending on what he interviews, he gets like different perspectives as to maybe the emotional side of things or like the practical side of things. Like he really explores so many different avenues, depending on just in general, and also emphasizing on like what that person's subject area is, because he doesn't only do like basketball people or comedians, like it's people from all over. So it's really dope, very inspirational, and it's like people that you know, like heavy names. Earn Your Leisure too, people that you know are on there too, but they also interview people a lot of people who you won't know, but they're making it, like they're making that income. They've started their business and they're doing well. So I would definitely recommend the School of Greatness to you guys. The Secret to Success. The Secret to Success podcast with E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher. There's Carl, Jamal, and CJ. Oh my goodness. This is like, right now, this is my favorite podcast. Hands down. This is my favorite podcast right now. it is so inspirational. It's so good. It motivates me. It gets me pumped. So first off, E.T. the hip hop preacher is a motivational speaker. So he's already coming with that sauce just right off the jump. You know what I mean? So it's great to hear him like speak and everything like that. But he's also in conversation with these 3 other people that are on his team who each bring different aspects of clarity to each message that's being expressed. And so they all chime in and they all have great things to say. It's very motivational and they give practical steps as well. I noticed like CJ really emphasizing on he wants people to be able to have like practical things to take away from each podcast. He's really been doing that lately and it's so good. It really is so good, you guys. I would highly, if you don't do anything else, like if you don't listen to any of the other podcasts on that I recommend, if you don't listen to any of them, I highly recommend you to listen to the Secret to Success podcast. If you listen to none of the rest of the podcasts that I've mentioned in this video, listen to that one. It's very good, very motivating, very encouraging, very makes you think, like really helps you to examine life and helps you to audit yourself. So I love content that challenges me. I like things that cause me to question, you know, why I'm behaving the way I'm behaving and how I could be better and, you know, how I can unlearn certain things and how I can really get on my stuff, you know? So, yeah, it's really good. It is so good. They cover so many topics, but it's motivational content. And it's not just like motivational content in the sense like, I feel like sometimes people associate motivation to like motivational content with like BS, just people spouting BS and stuff like that. No, it's not. It's like practical things that you can do to get better and ways to rethink, like reframe your thinking, you know, because your thoughts become your words, become your actions, you know what I mean? Become your patterns, become your life. You know, it's just so much that goes into it and it's really good. It's really good, y'all. Good. And obviously my fave, Oprah, is Oprah Supercell podcast. Yes, you guys, if you haven't already heard of this one, it's pretty popular, but she interviews so many different people. She has like some excerpts from her show, you know, the Oprah show. Like she'll talk about that and she'll reflect on different episodes and takeaways from that episode, like kind of reflecting on it. So it's interesting. You get her perspective as to what she was thinking during the episode and what she really wanted to pull from that episode and her mindset. So that's very interesting. And just the people she interviews and the conversations that are had are just so thoughtful and meaningful conversations. And that's like what I look for in podcasts and a lot of the podcasts that I listen to. I want meaningful conversations that I can take away from and that I can build into my life and really grow, you know? Jesus and Jollof. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. It's with Lovey and Yvonne Orji and it's so good. It's 2 Nigerian women. Lovey, she's an author, she's a writer, and Yvonne Orji, I think she wrote her book already. If not, she's still writing it. And she's a comedian and she's an actress on Insecure. So she's incredibly dope. It's just 2 incredibly dope women that are also Nigerian like me, just dropping jewels, life jewels, you know what I mean? On, you know, just different things, so many different topics, like just about life. I really like people just talking about life. It's entertaining to me and they're funny. They have, you know, they have great punchlines and everything like that. It's very relatable content, fun content, digestible, and just, it's dope. It's definitely dope. The Oprah Masterclass. So along with her Super Soul Sundays, she also has the Oprah's Masterclass where she has different people and they'll just like talk about their life and stuff. I remember listening to the Rock's one and I did not expect that at all. I was like, whoa, I didn't know, you know? So it was like, wow. So you really get a look into people's lives, the decisions that they made, how they became who they are, and you know, what they would or wouldn't do differently. And it's dope. It's a masterclass on their life. So it's really great. You get to learn so much about different people. And I love that because they're dope people. Oprah's bringing the best of the best, you know? TD Jakes podcast. I haven't listened to this in a while. I used to listen to this on my commute to work, but it's, you know, it's great. TD Jakes, he's a preacher. So it's great. He'll be preaching the word of God on my way to work. I'll just be hearing him go and I'm just like, yes, pastor, preach. You know what I mean? Like he just be he just be saying stuff, key things that, you know, are very motivational and very great to, you know, add life to you, and it's a great way to start off your day. So definitely TD Jake's podcast, Manifest with Tori D. Simone. It's pretty good. It's so good. I really like it because it's very like, it's different from all the other ones I listen to, but it's still that kind of, not really though, not really. This one is different. But it's still motivational content in a way though, because she talks about manifesting and, you know, how to build a better life. And she has her own business. I think she was a YouTuber, or she is a YouTuber. I think she is a YouTuber, but on her podcast, like, she talks about the company she owns. I believe it's a cycling company. I'm not 100% sure, but just about her company, about her life, about making good choices, like how to envision the life that you want and how to make it a reality. I love that type of stuff. So yeah, I guess it is similar to the others. And it's this young girl, and I can't remember how old she is, but it's just inspiring, you know, and just hearing her talk about life and just everything, and how she's going about her business and her struggles with being young and being successful and trying to make it, especially during COVID, and just in general. I really love the content centered around manifesting that she does. It's great. It's great. I really like that one. This one is just like my, you know, kicking back and chilling podcast, but they be dropping some gems. They always drop gems. Is the Friend Zone. The Friend Zone with Hey Friend Hey. Yes. Hey Friend Hey, Dustin and Asante. And, you know, it's like a mental wellness podcast, because who wants a musty brain? That's what they always say. But yeah, it's super dope. They're talking about like everything. They talk about everything, honestly. They talk about everything, and it's just about like letting loose, having fun, like very funny, very just chill. They talk about important topics too, but it just depends. Every episode comes with something different, but you get like so many witty remarks and so many just perspectives, and it's just a chill podcast. I really like it. It's great. They're always on it. I would recommend you to try that out. It's the Friend Zone with Hey Friend Hey, Dustin and Asante. Yeah, because who wants a musty brain? I don't know. They always say that. I love them. And I seen them actually when I went to Afropunk. Did I see all of them? I think I only saw 2 of them. I only saw 2 of them, but yeah, I really like the podcast. It's really good. I've been listening to it for years now. Oh my goodness. I was listening to it from the jump because I love like podcasts that have those conversations, those interesting deep conversations. They be having them. And they also have like a music segment. They have like a TV segment. Like they have different segments, so it's not just like something heavy or not just the topic. It's well-rounded. Like it's balanced. It's definitely a balanced podcast where you get best of all worlds. The Brilliant Idiots podcast with Charlamagne the God and Andrew Schultz. So again, this one is not one if you are easily offended. I wouldn't listen to this one, but it's very witty. It's so witty. It's very interesting, thought-provoking. At times, depending on who you are, it could be considered shocking. But it's good. I like it because they're very raw. They're very raw, and they're very thought-provoking. They really make you think about some of your views and certain things that you accept, and like just certain challenging some of the ways you view things. But they're also very funny. They're very funny. Andrew Schultz is a comedian. Charlamagne the God, he is a radio host. He's, and more than that now, business owners, like he's doing so many things. So yes, it's such a good podcast. I really like it. It's not everybody's cup of tea. So keep that in mind when you listen to it. Again, it's not for everybody. So it's an acquired taste, but if you like it, you like it. I like it. So yeah, it might be something that you might want to check out. Courtney Sanders Show. So this is another business podcast. Courtney Sanders is this Black woman who's just super dope, and she's doing things, and she's giving out practical tips that can help you with your business and your entrepreneurship goals, and help you try and live a better life and have better business management and grow your business and just help your entrepreneurship mindset. She's just very helpful. I really like her. Another one that I listen to that's really good, I really like, is the Minimalist Podcast. Yes, the Minimalist Podcast is these 2 guys, and they're just so interesting, and they interview different people. They have different topics. It's like, it's very like centered, calm content. and it's thought-provoking again, challenges views. It's based on like being a minimalist, but it's also talking about different life stuff. So it's not just about minimalism, but kind of it is in respect to different things and about life and different ways we view things. But it comes from that minimalist perspective. I would definitely check it out. I love listening to that, especially like if I'm doing, I work from home right now. So if I'm working from home and I'm doing something that allows me to not have to like concentrate so deeply, I will definitely play this podcast. It's good. It's very good. I really like the Minimalist Podcast. Definitely check it out. And I feel like this is something that, you know, most people will be into, I feel like. So, but I know, again, it depends. All of these, it depends on who you are. But try it out and let me know which one resonates with you. Soul Filling Podcast. Oh, I really like Soul Filling Podcast. They got soul filling, yeah. So it's these three girls, and they're talking about these three women, three Black women, and they're talking about everything having to do with life, religion, and relationship, like how God wants us to view different things and everything like that. It's such a dope podcast. It's so good. Very inspirational, very motivational, very relatable content, you know. And they end each podcast with what do you call it, a affirmation, and they're like, oh, it's affirmation time, you know. I don't sound like them, but that's what they be saying. It's really good, and it's such relatable content. I really like that. I really like them. The Thick, I listen to The Thick. Yes, I listen to The Thick. It's these two Black women. They be playing music in the beginning. But yes, it is Tabria Majors and Mindy. It's just a podcast where they're just talking about life, talking about everything. They play music in the beginning, and then they talk about like current events a little bit, then they go into like their deep topic, and then like listener questions or whatever at the end. It's a pretty cool podcast. They just be kicking back, talking, you know, doing their thing, and they just provide their perspective on different issues. And I don't know if they're still in LA, but when I first started listening to them some years back, has it been years back? Yeah, no, it's definitely been years back. Yeah, at least 2 years, I think. Yeah, at least 2 years. I don't know. But yes, they were living in LA. So I don't know where they are now, but it's really cool. It's fresh content, bringing their perspective on different things. So it's pretty good. Another one I listen to is Lip Service by Angela Yee. And it has Angela Yee on it. It has Stephanie Santiago. It has L'Oreal. It has Gigi McGuire. It's a really good podcast. I really like it, but heads up, if you don't like hearing about sex or anything like that, yeah, you might not want to listen to that one. They talk about love, sex, and relationships with different celebrities and just different people in general. It's very great, very entertaining, very educational and informative content. If I may say so myself, honestly, it's really good. I like it. It's hilarious. It is so funny. I be cracking up listening to that. So yeah, it's definitely a good one. I saved the the one people might be like, I saved that one for last. But yes, if you watch it, yeah, if you listen to it, you'll check it out. That one, 18 or 21 plus, I don't know, whichever, for that one, you know, obviously, you know, because of the subject matter. But anyways, yes, you guys, these are just some of the podcasts. I didn't really want to go through all of them. I've got more. If you guys would like a part 2, let me know. But I did this video because somebody had requested that I do a video about the podcast that I listened to. So I wanted to share it with you guys. Let me know if you already listened to any of these podcasts. Let me know if you do try and listen to them and you like some. Let me know what you like, what you didn't like. And yes, let me know what other video suggestions you have for me. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.